Yeah, hello guys again. It's your DJ here, DJ Cliff, and today I just came with this new tutorial for you guys. I want to show you something on how you can customize or set your cross DJ application to suit you well. So let's just go straight to a point today. Go to the settings section there and go to the advanced settings. So I want to be very fast for you to understand all this. Anyway, first of all, I want to remind you, make sure you've subscribed, comment, and shared this video to anyone who thinks, who has challenges in setting his or her cross DJ application. Anyway, thank you for that. I'll know you'll do that. In the audio configuration here, as you can see, we have no prequeuing device detected, prequeuing, and I don't know, mixer, blah blah blah. False. That option, just leave it the way it is. And to the decoder section, there are some who might be having challenges in the iPhone and the Android. So particularly the Android, those guys who have been are using, those you guys who are using the Android, I don't think if they'll have challenges in the decoder, because mostly those who are using the Android 11, Android 12 cross DJ application, it does not having any problem in mixing or even in the audio section. The audio engine, leave it to Air Audio, because Air Audio in Android, it's quite well and it's fine. But even in the iPhone, you can use the OpenSL, because the operating system, they're quite different. So it now matters on your operating system. So for Android users, just leave it to Air Audio. In the color themes, for me, I prefer using the way they are: color, orange and blue. They are quite rhyming, so I usually love using the orange and blue colors. And then the jog cover mode, you can decide of which you want. For me, I usually love using the full cover. The default selection, the default way, the way it is, because in the default it is the full cover. So if you want to change the jog wheel, you can put centered cover on, or the monochromatic cover. As you can see in the monochromatic cover, sorry for that, uh it somehow it fades with the jog wheel. As you can see, towards this side where I feel bad, the black bear, as you can see, it's a bit faded a little. Even in the Lionel Richie, it's a bit faded. But if you want to use the monochromatic cover, sorry for that, it's about um I mean where we come from, so I don't mind about that. So if you want to use the centered cover, this is the way it looks like. It is in the center, in the middle of the jog wheel. And if you want to use the full cover, it's in the full uh jog wheel. As you can see, the full it is. So I usually prefer using the full cover. I like seeing those guys rotating round and round. It's always my hobby. Not even hobby, it's about the way I just love it. So let's continue going on. So in the media cover retrieve, the retrieval, I select it to be on. I use covers from Android media base and audio file tags, because files might come with the file tags which are in there. Like you can see in the black bear, we can see black bear wearing the cap, so it's in the jog wheel. And the protection second load, always make sure this selection is on, because in the default the selection is off. So make sure you put this selection on, so that whenever you want to load a song, maybe you wanted to load a song on B, and accidentally you didn't know what you did before going towards searching a song, you may find yourself putting a song towards A, which was now in the event, it was the current song, which is going to stop the song first, and it's going to ruin your mixes. So make sure you put protection seek and load on, so that it asks you every time you want to load a song towards each deck. So it's going to be quite a good experience if you do that. And the end warning time, for me, I usually use the 45 seconds, because I usually don't like mixing a song towards the end of the song. If a song is 4 minutes, I usually use 3 minutes, or even 2 minutes 50 seconds, because I usually love mixing songs. And because in 1 hour, if I mix in 4 minutes, you will find that I use maybe even 3 hours in mix. But in a mix, I just want to use a very a brief, a bit three-quarter or even a half of the song, so that I produce mixes that contain many songs, of which many listeners want to listen. So for me, I usually I'm sorry for that. It's about mother tongue, so don't mind about that. So for me, I usually use the 45 seconds. So for my mixes, and the Bitgrid edition, I make sure this one is for advanced users. So make sure always you know about what Bitgrid edition is all about. So if you this Bitgrid edition, I want to show you how it does in a song. So for example, a song, let me put mute the section of orange section first. For example, this song, maybe it starts from the beat starts from there, as you can see it from there. So I want to perform some certain scratches. Listen to this beats very carefully, and you can try to distinguish between when I've used the Beatgrid edition very well, and if I've not used it very well. It's about advanced user and the experience you have in the waves, so that you can edit the waves as as experience has taught you. Anyway, let's try and listen to the differences between these two patterns when you've used the Bitgrid edition. That one is when I use the Beatgrid edition at a bad way. I've not yet not experienced. Let me assume I'm not experienced. That's how I've set my Beatgrid edition, and let me now assume I'm now the experienced user. So if I'm an experienced user, I usually make sure I've aligned my beat to the first line, the white line, as you can see there in the middle from up to down, and then I make sure I've tapped the first button in the Beatgrid edition, so that my first beat is aligned with the first line, I mean the white line, as you can see in there. So I want you to distinguish between the first beat I've tried while touching the Q button and with this. If you have been keen enough, you'll listen some differences between the first beat. I mean, yeah, the first beat, the one who was inexperienced user in the Beatgrid edition, and the one who is experienced user in the Beatgrid edition. So it's about having time knowing your cross DJ application very well, and make sure you've practiced enough, so that all these settings you perform quite will go well when you're performing some scratches and all that. Those DJ tricks, you can always say it or can call it. Anyway, let's go now to we were on the Beatgrid edition, so make sure it's on. And the waveform zoom is all about if you want to see the fine details on your waves. So let's try putting out it on, and then you see all about it. But I can tell you this free advice. I don't like using the free waveform beats in the Cross DJ application. Maybe I use it on the virtual DJ or in the Serato, because that one mostly you can use always controllers. But this one now, if you are using hand, I'm talking about those who cannot afford the controllers for now. You want to use your phone and for quality scratches. So let me use the waveform zoom and see what it does in the waves. So for example, you go to this waveform zoom and you try zooming it. So you can see I've zoomed the wave. I can see all details in the wave. But this one now, it now matters on how you're fast, because this is seconds. It's in every wave there are seconds, there are microseconds, of which you cannot scratch while it's in this form. So let me try and illustrate it to you. As you can see, it's very fast. You cannot be at that fast again and you want to mix many songs at the same time. So for me, I can advise you, don't use the waveform zoom. Waveform zoom, let it for expert to use it, and for you, just use the same thing. So waveform zoom, leave it aside. The waveform progressive bend, I don't know more about it, but just leave it the way it is. Don't select it. The master limiter and the audio, I mean the auto gain, are something very close and similar, because they are always on the voice notes. I mean the pitchness, the highness of a song, and the average song. Like, there's some song which have been recorded at high sounds, and the other one which have been recorded at low sounds. So using the auto gain, it makes sure that your song, at least it matches with the other, so that the one which was recorded in a low sound is equivalent to that which is recorded at high sound. So it's all about having same sound in a mix. So make sure you've selected the auto gain, and the master limiter is all about even song. So make sure even you even using the master limiter is all about average song, and the highness, the lowness has to be average. So the high quality limiter and the auto gain are just the same. They usually work the same. The sampler quanta is just leave it the way it is. Pitch slide range 16% is just fine. The equalizer type classic is fine, because DGM equalizers, I mean, there are some cannot work in some devices, in Android devices. Pitch bend amount 4%. 4% is fine. So in every pitch bend 4%, it's at least fine. It's, or even you can use 2%, but 8% is so much high. It yani you can't you can't get the song right in 8%. Keep gain A and B last values. Keep gain A and B last values. No. I don't think if it's well. If you keep the last values, I think you're gonna have hard time, because the song, maybe you are using a song right now and it had a low volume, and then when you load another song, it had a high volume. So again, you gained the high volume, which is going to be noisy. It's going to be not good. No, that's not about mixing. I'm talking about. So keep gain A and B last values. No, just leave it there it is. Synchronized mode 4 bits, it's fine. 4 bits, it's a normal bits. The Ableton link, leave it there it is. I don't know more about the Ableton link. And then latency compensation, just leave it there it is. I don't know about latency compensation. And then, okay, they are talking about allow to do an accurate syncing with other devices. Now, what's all about that? I think for me, I just, maybe if you want to use the drum kits, the drum pads, it can use you can use the latency compensation, and then the crossfader. I'm sorry for that. It's, you understand it more, but you get my point. The crossfader mode, the auto fade is fine. The crossfader tap jump center, it's okay. And then the record quality normal is okay. Record type MP4, but this is the reason why I don't like recording audios mostly on the Cross DJ. Okay, the MP4 are high quality, which Cross DJ offers, but the problem is I usually don't like MP4s, because the Cross DJ does not offer mixing videos. I mean, I'm talking about Android especially. So I'll prefer the developers of the Cross DJ, again, to do some changes there. They should give some option, the MP4, MP3, and the OGG. It will be quite well for the Cross DJ. And then fade time, for me, I prefer using 8 seconds. The 5 seconds is a bit fast. I mean, it's very fast. So I prefer using 8 seconds. A bit, it's quite, you can feel the transition quite to be soft, not that fast. And then auto synchronization, that's all about the auto mix. All that, you like me on Facebook, contact support, blah 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 blah. Anyway, guys, I'm very very glad you've watched this video. So after all doing all that setting in your Cross DJ application, I'm sure you're good to go. So if you've not seen how to perform some tricks in the Cross DJ application, there are some previous videos on my YouTube channel. Make sure you've gone back and watched them, so that you can, I'm sorry, this video was supposed to be the first one in my channel about the crossfader, I mean the Cross DJ application, but I had to do this so that you guys can know how to set your application and to perform some quality scratches. Anyway, I'm your guys here, DJ Cliff, and I love you very much. Make sure you've showed your love by subscribing, commenting, and sharing this video to all your friends. And let's keep each other growing every day and every day. I love you guys. Up to next time. Bye bye.